don't know why I thought that. Probably because I've just been watching Boy with you. For certain.
You say it's not? when ready, gentlemen, after three. 3, 2, 1, black. Gareth won the lag with the legs break. Yeah, really? First frame, Gareth Hibbott to break. Time ready.
So we reach the stage of the semi-final of the Supreme Pool Series, and one thing I can guarantee you about this weekend, we're going to have a winner who has never won a Supreme Series before. We'll have a new winner, and it will be one of Gareth Hibbott, David McNamara, Tom Cousins, or Sean Chipperfield. The semi-finals are upon us, and Gaz against David McNamara on the main arena table. Across on table 11, you can watch Sean Chipperfield against Tom Cousins. Not entirely sure he played the double there. I don't know what he played. He looked a bit bemused by that. Yeah, it looks like he probably tried to play the red off the yellow to release the other red, but of course he would have had to hit that like quarter ball. He missed it altogether and ended up getting the double. And he's just going to play a safety, and probably quite rightly so. And we haven't really seen a lot of either of these players. We saw Gaz once on the main arena table. David McNamara, it's the first time we've seen him. In fact, it's the first time we've seen him in the Supreme Series. It's the first one he's entered. And what a run he's having. He's now in the semi-final. And with a chance to get through to the final, he'll never get a better one. What a performance from him this weekend. Both players just forced into ooh, yuck. Well, with ball in hand anywhere on the table, this is where these rules give such an advantage. Okay, Gaz can't put it anywhere on the table to pop the red on the side, but what he can do is leave himself an angle to get straight into that bad ball, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing here. He's going to be, he's got a choice. He can either screw straight into it or go top cushion, come from above, and that would always be my choice as well, coming from above. You take all the risk out of the shot and you're guaranteed to release it. So a very good evening and welcome to everybody. And it's just coming up to 5:20. We hope you've enjoyed your Sunday. Hopefully you had a nice Sunday dinner and now you're settling in for an evening of pool entertainment. And a very good evening as well to Kate Brown. Happy 60th birthday watching the pool. And again, hope you're enjoying yourself. Thanks to everyone for joining us in this, what should be a really good encounter. David McNamara has already caused some upsets this weekend. He's already beaten Liam Dunster along the way. I'll have a look at their entire path through the field in just a while. So it's 1-0 to Gareth Hibbott. He takes the early honours after a little bit of a fudge fest. And I'm joined on commentary by Ronan McCarthy. Evening, Ronan.
Evening, Nick.
How are you calling this one?
Well, you've got I'm actually having a few bets on the matches there, and Gareth's pretty strong favourite for this match.
Yeah. You've priced him at 2-7?
2-7, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair reflection. I mean, David has obviously caused some big upsets this weekend already, beating Liam Dunster along the way, and he's obviously a very adept player, so, you know.
David's very good and dangerous player, but Gareth's just a seasoned campaigner, and he's been to the business end a lot of times, whereas David's played brilliant throughout the competition, but he hasn't been to too many finals and semi-finals.
No. And maybe we saw signs against Ryan Clark where maybe the nerve was starting. I think he was 9-4 up, and it ended up getting pretty tight, didn't it?
He was just struggling to get over the line in the end, but he done well in the end.
Well, look at his path through the event. He's come the long way. He played Adam Davis in the first round. He lost a Hill game, 11 frames to 10 to Adam.
Well, there's no shame in that either.
No.
You know, that's pretty good form.
And then another Hill game. He came through in the losers section against Gavin Robinson, winning the decider. So he's had some tussles.
He's done really well. You know, you can't fault him, but I just think with Gareth's experience and he's just going to be very hard to beat in the semi-final on the live TV.
And then in the next losers round, he beat Brian Halcrow 8 frames to 2. Mark Asprey 8-3, Liam Dunster 8-7. That was late last night. This morning he's beaten Greg Batten 11-8.
Good
and
one.
of course the win over Ryan Clark 11-9. So, yeah, here we go. It's as I say, we'll keep a close eye on both of the semi-finals. I'll let you know the scores from the other game as well. It's currently 1-0 to Tom Cousins in that game.
Oh.
How are you calling that one?
Well. It's hard to call that one because Sean said earlier on the last match, I said how dangerous Sean is. He's just one of those players. He can literally beat you 11-0.
Yeah.
but obviously Tom can do the same. So
He looks like he's on the trail at the moment. And
yeah,
he's sniffing blood.
yeah. But
He's playing well.
I did say that Tom hasn't. He sort of has underachieved a wee bit in the Supreme Series, and he is due to win one really. So I would slightly fancy Tom, but it wouldn't shock me if Sean wins. You know, he's only after coming off a good win against Mark Boyle, so it's tough to call.
I think Gaz has tried to leave an angle on the one over the middle to attack this little cluster up in the
Yeah,
top
I
left.
think he's maybe a bit straight.
He's just landed a little bit straight. Needed another probably inch or two of pace. He may be able to force it, but he's going to look for a better angle.
Yeah, that looks better.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee that he's coming out nice. He needs to get a good contact on him.
Yeah. I mean, is his contact point the red here? He's looking at going into the red and trying to send the red into the yellow?
I think if he hits the right hand side of the red, I don't think he's got a shot really.
Oof.
Oh, he's butchered it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like that shot. I couldn't see it coming out too good.
No.
He has to do something here because it couldn't be any easier for Dave.
No. Yeah, he needs to go dig deep in the book of magic tricks here.
I just can't see any way out here. He just has to try and drop it in and put that alone. It's a big ask. Oh, what a shot.
What a great shot that is.
He has half a chance now if he hits this right, but
I mean, on a 1 to 10, how difficult's that shot? Hampered queuing.
it literally is 1 in 10. You'd probably pot that. It's so hard. But even now, it's still,
yeah, extremely difficult.
but he's given himself a chance.
Yeah, he's automatically going to run into the one on the cushion, so he just needs that to come out. He needs some fortune here.
He needs to kick off it and go into that corner.
Oh.
I tell you what, he might. I was going to say maybe. Well, he hasn't done too bad because he's actually come out of that pretty well. He's left David a bit of work.
He seemed to hit that one with more pace than I expected him to.
Well, I think he sort of had to, but I think he's done very well. He's definitely, this is no gimme.
Yeah, and there'll be some early nerves for David as well. So
Yeah, and he needs to get on the board early because if Gareth gets 3 or 4 frames up, he could run away with it.
I don't think he can get through to the potting angle of this. Is he looking at potting it off the cushion first?
I think, looking at it in this,
He's going to go long.
where's the white gone? I take it the plant doesn't go or he would never have played that.
Yeah, I think he looked at that a second ago, and I think he must have ascertained that it doesn't go. Oh, does it go off the yellow? Just to shade the yellow.
You could play that red up near the yellow on the inside and pot the yellow and bring the red out and leave David in a tricky situation. I think that's what he's doing. No, he hasn't played it right. He wanted to cover the ball over the hole.
Yeah. Given where the black is, it's still not a gimme finish, is it?
I think he's probably going to try and hit this thin and kick the black
out.
up. If he doesn't catch it right, it could be. Oh, no.
And now he's faced with a horrible long pot.
Yeah, and a lot of work to do even if he gets it.
Yeah.
Good shot. Yeah, he's given himself a chance.
Yeah, done the first part of the job.
If he just went another maybe 6 inches there, it would have been nice to screw down the table, but I think he might play for the double now. Yeah, and short. Again, another foot in the cue ball, and that would have been an easy double.
Yeah. May have to go cross corner now.
It's looking like it, yeah. And on this table, I think it's a wee bit skitty, so it could be. It's easy to miss. No. No, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to be in trouble after this shot for sure.
And like I say, if Gareth gets 3 or 4 frames in front, I think it's right side.
Gareth had a little smile to himself there. I think he's going to be annoyed about that shot because I think he was trying to open up the reds at the same time as playing that, and he's put them back on top of one another.
Well, if David misses, he's got it. Oh, he's played a good one. Oh, some result that. Put Gareth in a bit of trouble.
Will Gareth be playing off the face of the one near the pocket and then trying to run behind the other two? He's actually looking at the plant, isn't he?
Looks at the plant, and
he's such an aggressive attacking player, isn't he?
And that's what you were saying, that he was annoyed that he hasn't left them 2 better.
Yeah.
I would expect him to get this. No. Where's the white?
This is still tricky.
Yeah, it's tough. He has to cue it on smooth.
It's one of those you can't just drop it in, can you? You need to play it. You need to play it firm.
Yeah, you've just got to commit to the pot because there's no hiding place there. You just have to commit filler. No.
I lost the cue ball. Is it going to drop?
Nearly knuckled him.
That probably won't save him, but it's definitely made it awkward.
If it just landed tight in against that knuckle, I think he had him actually snookered.
Yeah. Come low enough? I think he has.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah. And those eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that the score is currently incorrect, but we think it's probably Q score that's waiting to catch up. All the scores are taken live from Q score, and I'm sure we'll see it update and correct itself soon, but we all know that it's now 2-0 in favour of Gareth Hibbott.
Any updates on the 3-1 chipper?
Oh my goodness! I looked a second ago. It was 1-1. And Chippy's just flown out the blocks for a couple more. What's a good result on the book?
The opposite of what's happening at the minute.
I guess it probably would be. It often is.
I say the bookie never gets it wrong. I think he's got it wrong all weekend. David's really going to have to knuckle down and stamp some authority in this match, or it's going to be over soon.
Yeah, it could get away quickly.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to hear your predictions at home. What do you fancy as a scoreline?
Massive break.
Critical Gaming asking what the payouts are from here in. Well, the quarterfinalists, losing quarterfinalists, took home 1,000. These guys are guaranteed 2,000. If they make the final, the runner-up will get 3, and the winner will get £7,000. So everything to play for still. A big £7,000 prize up for grabs, and it's going to make somebody's Christmas.
Yeah, nice taking it home at this time of the year. Oh, he's played a terrible shot there. Don't know if he's on anything. It's not like him to lose a cue ball like that.
No. And you're right, I don't think he is on anything.
Maybe he can turn this bottom one over. I don't see anything else. That's what he's playing. He seems to be playing this with a lot of side. No. Right, David's going to have to... Oh, he's got away with it, has he? I don't know if he's left much.
It's whether the yellow at the top of the table passes above the red. I don't think it does, but if it does, that would be his opener. If not, he really doesn't have anything.
What he could do is play the plant and leave the cue ball in, the jaws of the other pocket, in and around the other pocket. And it's buy him a bit of time. It must be gone.
And
Good shot.
kicks his other ball out as well, so yeah. Really nice.
He can play off the 2 cushions now around behind the yellow. Yeah, that's where he wants to be. He wants to just finish straight on the one that is short, is it? Oh, he's perfect. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
They can just top through. He's played that really well. Again, he wants to finish straight on the ball to the middle, just to run through for the ball to the corner. Oh, he's short. He's going to have to leave it a bit longer.
Yeah.
Still fancy him getting it, but he's just making it miss a ball now.
You fancy him to get this one because he can get his arm through it, can't he? Just stun off the side.
Yeah, out in the middle of the table.
These are much easier when you can play them with pace.
Yeah.
If you've got to drop them in, they suddenly become really tough shots.
Yeah, you fancy him for this. Oh, was he gone far enough?
I think he's fine. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So.
Just on over to near the middle. Yeah, he's took out a good finish there.
Very nice.
That'll give him a wee bit of confidence, because if he went 3-0 down there, he was going to struggle.
There's a long old road back.
Yeah, there's 2-1 that's still very much in the balance.
So, 2 frames to 1 in favour of Gareth Hibbott.
Fourth frame, David McNamara to break, trailing by 2 frames to 1. Time round.
Always hit them well. He just, oh. Yeah, he's okay. He's got the yellow to the middle. Probably deserves something easier because he really crunched them. But the yellows aren't bad.
Yeah, he can play this to middle and just drop down for the stray one at this end of the table, and then work his way back up.
Yeah, I think he has to play it just sort of dead weight because the angle the white's running at there, it's running towards the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's any good. I think he might only have the plant there. Unless he can sneak that in, but it looks very thin.
Yeah, being right in the middle of the table as well, he might have to get the furniture out.
I think he's looking at the plant.
He was trusting the luck a little bit, playing it the way he did.
Yeah. Oh, he's,
Missed that by some margin.
yeah. And I think he's left the pocket on one for
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that red goes between the 2 yellows, so this could soon be 3 frames to 1.
Yeah, he actually couldn't have played that any worse because even if he'd have covered the pocket, he was covering the black and that red, so and he's covered neither. Oh, just left it a wee bit straight. He might have just enough, but
I was just about to say he needs to make sure that he leaves himself an angle on this one to get back out, and just as we did so, it almost seemed to just die a little bit off the cushion.
needs to play this with a bit of pace. He's hit it well.
He is a great curious, isn't he? I mean, we were talking on commentary earlier that Gaz earlier this year made back-to-back 147s in a league game in snooker, and it just shows what a great curious he is.
Yeah, he's one of those players you just never ever expect him to miss a pot.
Yeah.
No matter how hard it is, you just cues the ball so well, you just never expect him to miss.
Yeah.
You're just sort of hoping he runs out of position because sometimes just as he can be, his cue ball can run out, but you never ever expect him to miss a pot.
The black ball is still going to be tricky.
No, he doesn't.
He's
not missing that. He's perfect on it, I think, just to get bottom side of the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, he's left perfect angle just to screw up. He wants to leave it pretty much straight, doesn't he? Probably just not. He doesn't want to land on the cushion and play across the knuckles, because then you're relying on the knuckles being absolutely.
Oh,
he's left a bit more angle than I thought he would.
Maybe there was too much angle on it just to get straight back.
Yeah.
There's no way it applied to there. It's missable now.
Brilliant. That's all the way.
Good shot.
Yeah. And fabulous black. And that is 3 frames to 1. And the other game has now gone 3 apiece. Both games have been played at a reasonable pace. The other one, 6 frames already under their belt. This one has 4. Gaz is waiting. He'll be breaking in frame number 5.
Oh, it's crunched down.
Difficult to see from this angle, but reds, I think
Yellows. I think if he puts that yellow in the middle, he can't really field the clear.
Yeah.
Whereas it's a bit of work to do with the reds.
Yeah, the one just to the right of the black obviously only goes into the...
Yeah, no, he's definitely taking the yellow to the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just push one safe and left himself awkward.
I think he can probably screw this one and nip down near the red and come back out. I think the one near the middle probably still getting in alright if he gets close to it. I think he's fine here. Yeah.
Just looking at that one now.
It's maybe a wee bit tricky, sort of. I think he does have to get in close to it to make it easy.
Yeah. Should be okay. He's got a nice angle off of this one. He's going to take his extension because he doesn't want the counter to be putting him off the shot.
He's played a good shot. Yeah, that's very good.
Right in behind it.
Just drop-ins now.
Tom Cousins now taking a 4-3 lead, having been 3-1 down. And all the hard work's been done.
That's not the best. I think he needs to come back out a wee bit here.
Yeah, just slightly hampered, isn't he? He needs to come down the table a couple of inches just to make sure he can get out for the black.
He needs to dig in. I think he'll be alright. But oh, he's going into the red now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's maybe just alright. He can get round, but if he'd landed tight on the cushion there, he had a problem. I think he can just screw off the cushion and back out for it.
It's awkward with the red on the side red as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he just
it's in the
has
way
to
of the two cushion.
He has to find the gap between the... Oh no.
That was the problem. He's going to have to play it off the red now.
I think he can maybe just cut it and avoid the middle.
Skinny.
No, he's screwing it, so he mustn't be able to avoid the middle. Yeah, good shot.
Oh.
Good shot.
Very nice. 4 frames to 1.
It's actually worse for David. David would have been hoping there that he just cleared up normally. It's always worse when they give you a lifeline and then give you a bit of hope and then take it all away.
Get your hopes up.
Yeah.
So there you see the score in the other game as well. You can watch that game across on table 4. So maybe get one on the TV and one on the laptop. So we're streaming across YouTube and Facebook, so would greatly appreciate it if you could like and share the stream across social media.
Oh, he's been well, I was going to say he was unlucky there, but he's actually been lucky where he's left the wide. They could be in this corner for a wee minute or two here, because
Extension call.
there's a reasonable chance here, and I wasn't surprised at that shot of Gareth.
Yeah.
He's definitely given just one bad ball. Gareth is one of those. Oh no!
No.
Oh, they threw the arm at that. Gareth's one of those players. He does like to get on with it. He doesn't like any fudging about. But he definitely gave David a really good chance there. But a terrible miss. He's starting to look a wee bit jaded. Good shot. That should be game over again.
Of course, it's quiet in the arena now, isn't it? After a busy weekend and everyone makes their way home.
Yeah, and it's not ideal because you do like
A bit of a buzz.
the people watching and a few people about, and once everybody leaves, it's sort of it's hard to keep your focus.
Yeah, just takes the atmosphere out, doesn't it? It's nice to have something to feed off, something to look around at in between frames to take your attention away from the game.
What's he done here? I think he's just all right.
Tom is now 5-3 up. So he's won 4 on the bounce now.
Yeah, so both favourites starting to pull away.
And for Gaz, he won't get a better chance at getting through to a final. No disrespect to David, when you get to a semi-final, you know. Oh wow, amazing!
I'm amazed at that.
You almost expect to be up against, your Ronans and your Harrisons and people like that. And as I say, no disrespect to David, because he's had a great weekend.
David's done brilliant. There's no doubt. But like you say, you do, once you get to a semi-final of a competition like this, you're thinking, look, Harrison, Dunster, Boyle. You're thinking of a sort of somebody that's out there winning most weeks.
Yeah.
But David sort of, with no disrespect, it is a bit of a shock for him to be in the semis, even though he's earned it.
Yeah.
And but he really, this is the type of chances he really needs to take. But it doesn't really need to be going for the clearance here. I hope he's not thinking of, there's so many hiding places here, and he's got a couple of bad raids. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a time where he needs to force the action.
He's playing the right shot, kick it off the cushion and bring the white over. Yeah, he's played it well. Although he's left them a wee bit. He's always wanted the reds out in the open, and the good thing about this is Gareth can't come off two cushions in behind it. He has to hit a cushion, and it's a great rule that, in a way, that it makes you attack.
Yeah.
Well, having said that, Gareth needed a massive bit of luck here. He's just played it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Don't really see the value in that.
No.
I think when you're in that situation, you just have to have a blast.
Yeah. For that very reason, that he's just going to be back in a similar situation with.
Well, this time, if he hits this right, it might hit that red and go into the corner pocket. If he catches it right, if he hits this hard and it hits the red, the yellow could fly into the corner pocket. Well, he's played it slow again. It's just really can't understand that.
No.
He's just give a free go.
$5-4 now in Cousins Chipperfield, so game's staying tight, and Sean stopped the rot.
Well, he's played that well. He's sort of he played it as a shot to nothing. So he's just keeping within range anyway. Because if it went 5-1 down there, he couldn't see any way back. But at 4-2, it's still there to play for.
So black to middle to punish that miss from Gareth, and it was an unusual miss, wasn't it?
Very, very uncharacteristic. We were saying earlier, you just never expect him to miss, but because he had a full pocket for it. It wasn't like he had half a pocket or something. It's really not like him. But I suppose he's getting old now too, and maybe as the day goes on, he'll tire a bit.
Still a young man, I think. Still a young man. He's younger than me, I think.
Is he?
I think he is. I can't remember how old Gareth is, but I think he's
about 73 or something like
that. I don't think he's 50 yet.
No, he is. He plays in the seniors. Oh, he's definitely over 50.
Is he?
Played in the seniors last year, yeah.
Well, he must be just 50 because when he wrote his profile, which would have been probably around about February last year, he was 48.
Yeah, but just because it's on his profile, it doesn't mean to say that's the truth.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fall for that one.
I seem to have a vague recollection of Viv putting something up on his profile for his 50th birthday.
Well,
I reckon he was 50 this year.
He's definitely he's definitely over 50 because him and Dylan Larry played in the final of the event here.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year.
Well, I was 50 in October, so maybe he is a little bit older than me. I reckon he's probably a couple months older.
So he's bragging really well. These are gone too, I think. If that yellow goes, it says. It looks like it goes from here.
Yeah, I don't think this one is going to last too long. As soon as he makes his mind up and maps it out, he never takes long amongst the balls.
It just depends if this yellow goes, but I think he was trying to get on this spot, the one along the rail there. So
Yeah. Has he got an angle now to play the one to top right and come across table and get back across there?
Yeah. This bottom yellow is maybe one you want to be right behind. If you're right behind it and you've only half a pocket, they're easy. But if you're playing them at an angle, you can miss them very easy.
I'm going to assume he's going to leave that to his ball to get on the black.
I thought he would.
Maybe try and get it earlier, just because it's, I guess it really depends whether he's got a full pocket or half pocket. If he's got a full pocket to go out.
Well, that's what I was thinking. He would have left that ball that he just potted to run down for this tight one.
Yeah.
Because he could have got straight behind it very easy that way.
Yeah,
I don't like the way he's gone here at all.
No. He was trying to leave an angle on the yellow to obviously get across to the one up the rail.
I like their shot, but I like the one to the corner to come across for the one and down the rail.
Yeah.
And leave the one over the hole to get on this, which must be hard down here. I really don't like the way he went there at all. He's got a bit of work to do now. You want to get rid of your hard balls early, and he's left both his hard balls to the last two. You're asking for trouble.
And leaving the one up the rail as his penultimate boys.
This looks tight. No,
he's
okay,
overrun it.
No,
Snookered himself on that.
To be honest, I think he deserved that because I think he just went the whole wrong way from the start.
As you can see, it definitely doesn't pass the right pocket, so...
No, he's in big trouble. He's looking at putting it in off the black in the middle, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And David's balls can't be any easier, so he's thrown David a lifeline back into this match.
Tom's extended his lead back to 2 frames at 6-4. Oh, some effort, but...
Good effort, but it
should have never been in that situation.
Yeah, I think that, and it's not like him because his patterns are usually quite good. But like what we're saying, it's maybe just that all them years are creeping up.
Yeah.
David just needs to keep this simple. Just keep the cue ball tied. I just stun up the table now. So I would have left this one to the last.
It's the last ball, yeah. No, I agree. It was easier to stun up the table now, play the one up the rail next.
Yeah, definitely.
Now you need to make sure that, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem, but
it just needs to get off the cushion and leave himself an angle, whereas the other way he had nothing really to do. He's having to force this in there.
yeah.
He's played it well, but he's leaving himself having to play shots, whereas the other way it's just so simple.
Nice clearance in the end, but as you say, questionable the pattern. But Gareth's thrown him another lifeline, and this could have so easily been what 5-1 by now, and
yeah, it should have been
6-1,
5-1, 6-1,
yeah.
and if he keeps doing that, he'll lose the match because I mean David's not going to miss many balls in play.
No.
David will be delighted at this stage to be only 4-3 behind.
Eighth frame, David McNamara to break. David by 4 frames to 3. Time in.
He's not having much joy off that break, and he's hitting them pretty well. He's just leaving them all up.
So yeah, another dry break from David, and again could ultimately cost him this frame. Probably will. Could be the telling factor in this match.
Just it's not easy, this, because he needs to get sort of tight on the cushion to run the yellow up the cushion and top it in. So if he leaves any angle on it, he can't really get on his bad ball there. So this isn't straightforward. He might be able to do it off this shot if he comes between the two reds. No.
He's on the bad one, isn't he?
He's on the bad one, but his cue ball's travelling a bit. He might even take the one over the hole and come across and try and get tight on the rail.
If he plays this thin, can he hold on the red?
I'm not so sure. It depends. It depends just what angle's on it. It looks pretty skinny to me. And if he does hit the red, then the red might go on and tie the bad yellow up. You know, so I think there's value in taking the one over the bag and going tight on this cushion. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He needs to get... He doesn't want to go too far. He just went a wee bit too far. Has to play a bit aside now. this can go wrong because he can leave himself too thin or else behind the red. He has to catch this right. Yeah, he's left it too thin and hampered. This is tough. The white's gone very close to the black. And it could either pot the black or go on off it. Anything can happen there, so this is tough. Yeah, he's really, and look at David's balls, he's really throwing him lifelines here.
You can see a bit of frustration there on Gaz's face as well.
Because he's getting all the chances, you know, he is getting the chances, and it's really not like him to...
He'd normally gobble these up, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And now this has got to be another
This is
great shot.
Oh, no.
Oh, is it going to drop? No.
No. Right, David, this is your chance. Go for each, and it's up for grabs.
And if David probably, you know, he missed a couple of balls and probably a few early nerves being in the main arena. That's all going to be gone now, isn't it? If he can get to 4-all.
It's going to be gone, and he's going to be absolutely delighted to be still in the match, never mind going 4 each.
Yeah.
He might try and kick this ball, but I don't think he should. He needs to screw up the table.
Yeah.
I think he did try to kick that, and he had no need to. He just wanted to pot the 3 and leave the 1 over the middle, and then just drop the ball down the rail.
I'm absolutely of the same opinion.
I think he might be all right. He can just... it was okay. Oh,
I say it.
He's too loose.
Slow down.
He's too loose here. He's leaving himself trouble.
Yeah. I say it all the time that I think players are obsessed by moving balls from cushions, and when they're good enough to pot them, and especially where the black is.
What's he done here?
He's trying to land on it now, I think, is he? Even if he
He's very fortunate. He's landed. He couldn't have landed much better. But you know, should have been his last ball, just dropping that in.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas now he's having to pot it and screw up the table.
Stretching over that yellow as well. Needs to be careful of his shirt.
He should get this, but he's leaving hard work all the time. He's played it well.
This is a bit skinnier than he was hoping for, but
it should be okay.
not a problem. Four apiece. That's
I'd be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, and Gaz probably doing the right thing. He just needs to go to the bathroom and just reset, doesn't he? Just refocus.
He does, because there's nothing as bad as knowing you should be at least 6-2 up.
Yeah.
And you're 4 each, and all he's doing is giving David confidence.
Yeah.
And it's great when you're not even having to work for you know, every time David comes to the table now, he's just been gifted frames.
Yeah. Quick look at the score on the other one. Chippy's won a frame. It's now 6-5, so just 1 in that one. As always, guys, just having a look at the chat. If you could always keep it respectful towards the players, it would be greatly appreciated. It's quite easy to sit at home and pick holes in what you see, but all we ask is for you to be respectful. So the black going in obviously is of no consequence. It just comes back out and goes on the spot.
That's another really good rule.
Yeah.
And the other rule sets you're getting penalised for hitting them really well.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously you have to hit them well for the pot to black.
Do you think there's ever any value in just for the drama of it, having a golden break?
No.
No.
I just think it's too lucky.
It's a novelty.
Yeah, it's too lucky, and there's enough luck in the game without bringing even more into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
But I do love these rules. I think just everything about them is good for the game.
Yeah.
It makes it attacking, and you know, it brings a lot of skill to it. Whereas there's other sets of rules that there's just too much luck involved in.
Would you say that more often than not, the best player is going to win in these rules, whereas sometimes in world rules, the most tactical player can win them?
Well, I think for the best players, world rules probably are the best to play.
Oh yeah.
But you can't watch them, so to me it's a non-runner. But if I had the choice, I would like to play world rules. But I think they definitely are the rules for the most knowledge. But I think Blackpool's just a wee bit, or Blackpool's just a wee bit too reckless.
Yeah.
But I think this is like sort of in between. There's a bit of thinking and there's a bit of, you know, they're very attacking too.
Yeah.
But
It's a good balance.
you can't be too reckless. Gareth has missed another fairly straightforward pot there. David's in by a chance for to take the lead. There's a choice here. I can either screw down for his bad ball now or else leave it to last. He's played a good shot.
Just needs to hold up.
It's just held up enough
Yeah,
maybe
just
to clip
lucky.
it, but the white's gone. I think he has to maybe try and screw into that yellow if he can, but the white could go into the middle line.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe to leave that ball to the last because of getting onto the black.
He's winging it at the moment.
He's freed the black now. If it depends if that ball's going to the middle, that red to the middle, but it doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think it passes the yellow. And
I don't know if he's got a shot then. The double's the only shot.
I think the double's on, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's nailed. Oh,
Nice shot.
I take it this red passes the yellow.
Yeah.
But it's not easy because he can't do anything with the cue ball.
No. And now I don't think the other red pass. He's going to have a look now whether that red passes above the yellow. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So he needs to find a way.
This is tough.
Winding up by the look of it. No, he's not.
Yeah, he's tried to force a bit of an angle, but the red must go by the yellow the way he played it.
Yeah, it must.
It seems to be the person that goes for a game is losing the game here.
Yeah.
You know, the person that gets the first chance is lost in the frames, and you know it's not the way it should be. And I think if whoever gets to the final, if they're expecting Tom and Sean to give them that many chances, it's not going to happen.
No.
You know, whoever comes through this is going to need to up their game.
Oh,
Oh, no way.
God.
Has he got away with it?
No.
That's the first I've seen that.
That's the first I've seen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've watched.
It did go straight in and out, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I watched a lot of pool this weekend, and
Yeah,
that was the first one.
That's the very first one I've seen.
But it's always that kind of shot, isn't it? When you're hitting them with pace.
Did he really
Stun
need
shot.
Did he really need to hit it that hard?
No, I don't think so.
I think he might have got fortune. If he's straight and that, he couldn't have landed any better. He's perfect.
Yeah, just run the cue ball through. Oh dear me!
Hasn't hit that well.
Even that one used the whole pocket.
This is massive now. If he goes 5-4 up, the way things have went, it's huge. Yeah, good shot.
It is. Oh,
Hibbott will be absolutely furious with himself. Because Gareth's one of those boys, he does beat himself up a bit too.
it does.
You know, I remember playing him here, was it last year in competition? And he had a dry break, and he just took his break cue and just launched it right across the room. Hit the wall. If somebody had got in the way, they would have been through them. You know, so he is one of those people that you know, he can beat himself up. And I would say at the minute that inside he's churning like.
Yeah, yeah. And I think someone told me probably a couple of events ago about another episode when Gaz, I don't know, smashed the table, and I can't remember exactly what happened now, but it was a similar thing, and I was surprised then because he always looks.
Yeah, away from the table, he's such a laid-back, lovely lad.
Yeah, he is.
You know, you would never ever hear Gareth saying a bad word or anybody saying a bad word about Gareth.
And he doesn't really give much away with his facial expressions.
But sometimes he just seems to explode, and he must just let it all go. Like, but no, he's definitely not that type of a person. Like, but I think this game can break a man. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Is he forced into taking yellows here because of the red next to the yellow on the left hand side?
I think yellows probably are the ball now. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got to go yellows. He's maybe looking at the plant now, the thin plant. But it's not easy. But David's having a nightmare with the breaks. But in a way, it's working to his advantage because whoever gets first chance isn't clearing up anyway.
Yeah.
So for once, the bad breaking's working.
He doesn't have to take this plant now, does he? If he's not happy with it.
But I think he just wants it out of the way.
Yeah.
He wants to get that ball out of the way.
Yeah. And it was unmissable anyway, the way that.
So he's got a couple of wee obstacles, but you would expect Gareth to get out here.
Yeah, Gareth in a normal situation.
I think if he takes the one over the hole and goes up the table and gets rid of the two up the table and leaves the one down the cushion, then he can take the one in the other corner and come across for the one near the black. And that's probably his best chance of getting out here. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He wants to finish with an angle now to get on the one down the cushion. If he could just screw straight back, leave the yellow to the middle and stun across. He wants to be straight in this. I don't know if if it's came far enough. No, he's having to reroute now. That's why I would rather come back for that ball to the middle and then hit an angle. Is he straight on this?
I reckon he is. And if he is, he's going to have to force it across. I think he's just off straight below. I think he can.
Can he screw back off the cushion? Oh, he's really struggling here. Still fancy him getting this back. He's just leaving
Leaving it tough all the time.
hard work.
Straight into the cushion as well, wouldn't it? I mean, look where he left it as well. Wow.
David can't believe his luck here because it's very, very unlike Gareth. This.
There's something, you know, I mean, it can only be between the ears as well, can't it? I mean, it's not.
But the thing is, he's done it that much and it's escalating now and it's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, yeah.
And
every frame, he's just throwing in, and it's almost always in like the penultimate ball.
Like we've said, every frame, the first man with a chance is losing the frame.
Yeah.
It just needs to get tucked up here, I think. If he's too close to that, if he can screw back down the table for this bottom one, he's fine, but if he can't, I think he needs to tuck him up.
Yeah, I think he's looking at just nudging this one off the side rail.
Yeah, it's not bad. But if Gareth hits this, you know...
He's got a good chance of potting it, hasn't he? Is there a gap? I think there's a gap. He's looking below the black. Is there not a gap just above the pocket?
I would,
with a touch of left side?
It's hard to tell from here, but if there is, I think that's... No, he's gone below the black.
He's going below, so there can't be.
He has to play this well a lot.
Oh, what a shot.
See, in fairness, I think David deserved that because he had drop-ins there and he's played a really poor shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a massive, massive turnaround.
Huge swing. And that, I mean, now Gareth's got that. There'll still be some frustration, but he'll just feel so much better about himself now, won't he?
What a shot that was. What a shot.
You can see the ball bend.
Oh, unbelievable.
Where he's got the side on it. Can we just take one more look at that? Just when it comes off the cushion.
Well, he had to sort of nearly swerve it into the cushion.
Yeah.
A lot of screw.
Watch the ball as it comes away from the cushion. You'll see it hit, and the cue ball bends into the yellow.
Unbelievable shot. But he should never have had the chance at it.
Yeah.
You know, David's been very loose there.
Tom Cousins.
Hard game on the other table too. Yeah. Both hard games.
The thing is now, if Gaz can just put all that to the back of his mind, now he's played that shot, if he can now break this the next, he could win this. He could win this 11-7, couldn't he? I mean,
well, the whole mentality has changed now because all of a sudden Gareth's happy to be 5 each.
Yeah.
Because he was staring 6-4 down.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so the whole mindset changes.
And then you see Gaz, you know, with a smile on his face, looking a lot more jovial than he was a few minutes ago. And look at the difference in body language as David McNamara in the corner kind of looked up to the heavens. And I'd have a decent bet now. I'd have a decent bet that Gaz will break and dish these. I would have a decent bet, because I reckon all of that mindset he had a second ago, or a frame ago, is gone. And I think he's going to be a different player now. I think that that last frame was a massive turning point. Could be proven wrong. But, whereas, I mean, it's not a difficult clearance, but he's had about 3 or 4 not difficult clearances that he's not made. But he's going to get these. So I called it on the break, Ronan. I mean, it wasn't a difficult call to make, but I just said that I felt that, you know, that was a big momentum swing, that last frame, and I felt that Gaz was just going to get down and break and dish these. Now, it wasn't a difficult clearance, but he's had 3 or 4 occasions now where he's not had a difficult clearance and he's managed to make a nose of it. So,
Yeah.
but I think all that's behind him, and I think we're going to see a different player now.
Possibly, very, very possibly, because it was a massive shot to play and a massive, you know, point in the match. You're staring at 6-4 down, and you know it's tough. Then you're under pressure. Whereas now, you might let the arm go.
He's just a little bit betwixt and between on all 3 of these balls.
You know, a confident Gaz would just, I think
Nail that the top corner, wouldn't he?
I think that's the shot. You know, you'd be very, very surprised if he misses that. Yeah, he's guaranteed that way. Whereas if it goes the other way, he's
nice clearance. So 8 each in the other game.
yeah. Yeah, like you say, after that shot he played, that just to hold on at 5-8 there, you just, when David's sitting in that seat, he's nearly knowing that he's going to break and clear.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way your pool mind works.
And David's been struggling with his break, so he's going to need to find one now, otherwise, you know.
I think he has been hitting them, you know, not too bad, but he just can't get a ball, whereas Gareth's getting the ball every time.
Yeah.
But Gareth has an awesome break, he always had.
Well, frame, David McNamara to break. Frame 6 frames to 5 timer.
He's hit them really well again. He's got one. Oh, he's nice. He's nice on reds here. He's just got one tricky positional shot to play.
Yeah, just the one obviously on the right side.
Yeah, he just has to find a way of getting to it early, because he doesn't want to leave it to last. Oh, he's just gone too far.
He's gonna have to come back for that one.
Oh, I'm not so sure about this. If he's not straight on this, I think there's problems. I didn't like that shot.
Somebody asked on the chat that just saying that these two are good mates off the table. Do you think that and obviously Sean and Tom in the other game as well, they're roommates.
Roommates
Do you think that affects?
It does, because it's never nice playing your mate, but and it is, everybody says, you just put it to the side, but it's not nice.
How do you get that killer instinct with someone who's a good mate of yours? That's a difficult thing, isn't it?
It is hard. It is. I wouldn't. I'm not happy like playing my mates, but you've no choice, because they're all. The like of me and Mark Farnsworth would be good buddies, and we do meet up in a lot of competitions and stuff, and it's hard when you're playing somebody and then you have to go back to the room with them after it, and it's
of course.
Oh, he's really bad. He's bad.
Half the time, you want a roommate that you want to go back and tell your bad beat story to, don't you?
Well, the good thing about Mark is when he comes back and tells me about a bad beat, I just laugh at him. So he doesn't even go down that road, because he knows I would be getting pleasure out of it. So he doesn't want to give me that pleasure. Oh, what a shot here! No
Brilliant.
way.
Brilliant.
But he's still a lot of work to do. And see, this is what I'm saying. That was a pretty easy finish there when he went to the table, and now he's leaving himself having to double the ball and screw back down for the black. And you're not going to win competitions playing like that. Oh my God, he's on it to the middle. Oh.
Is he on it?
He's
He's on
just
it.
on it.
He's on
but
it.
See, it doesn't really deserve to be. If you know what I mean, the way he played them is.
Wow.
That'll hurt guys. This match it's a bit silly.
Isn't it ever?
You just don't know what's going to happen, because they're capable of missing anything and they're capable of getting anything.
Yeah. So.
He's really messed that up, and he's had to play a miracle shot and then a double to get on the black.
Tom Cuz is now inched ahead again. He's had the advantage.
I can see that going hell, that one.
Yeah, he's had the advantage a while in that one. They're just across on table 4. Maybe we can just swiftly go across to the arena. Well, I don't know if we can. I don't know if we've got that. We haven't got that as a camera shot, so. But you can watch that game. It's on table 4. You can just see it through the window there. Actually, Tom's at the table.
Gareth Hibbott to break, 6 frames all.
And you heard the referee, Robin.
I don't think he's had a dry break. He's really crunching them.
Huge.
Is there any work? Depends if that red, if the red's going by the yellow near the middle there. I don't think.
No,
it doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think it does. But he's got He's got the ball just below. He could.
It's got the ball below the black too. It's not.
No, they're not great, are they?
It might play the yellows.
Yeah, open up with the plant.
Take the plant.
And the yellow, I don't know if you noticed, the yellow looked like it was tracking towards the right centre, and then it just caught the knuckle and just went above the pocket, and that went awkward as well.
Just makes it awkward. These are tricky. Even the black's in a bad place, you know. So
the yellow, I think, does the yellow just go inside where he's just put his cue there in the one up the rail?
I think it does,
Yeah.
but he still gets so much. I don't like the reds at all.
No, I think it needs to be yellows. I mean, if that yellow, if that yellow doesn't go, I wonder if can he play the plant and stun across and just nudge it out. If it doesn't go up,
I think it does go up the rail. Yeah, it
oh,
does.
it does.
Fly,
Yeah, you can
flies
see
in.
from there. Yeah. "20 seconds left. He's already used his extension and his thinking time, so he's going to have to get a wiggle.
He just wants to leave himself up. What's he done?
He's missed the plant.
Oh my word. It's been a long time since I've seen Gareth miss so many balls. He's just not like him to miss pots. And that was like, you know, if he gets anywhere near the pocket there, he's got the plant. I think
It felt like it was almost harder to miss.
Oh, it was for sure. You give him that 1,000 times and he's never going to miss it once.
I don't know. I mean, he looked up at the clock and he recognised that yeah, I don't know why he's going reds here.
I'm not so sure about this at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say that he looked up at the clock and I saw him rush back to the shot, and I've seen him call an extension a couple of times when he hears that beep, and it's almost like he's got it in his head. He doesn't want to be playing a shot while those beeps are going off.
Yeah.
And it was almost like he played that quickly before before the pips.
I'm not sure about taking reds there. He's got two tough balls there. He can screw you into the one now, but he still has to get on the other one. I think if he'd applied the yellow up the rail inside the red, he's coming over for his other bad yellow to the middle.
Yeah.
And then he hasn't a wide lot of work to do. Really surprised at that choice. No, he's not kicking into the ball now when he's got the angle. Oh, I don't know what he's doing here. I'm lost. Again, he's going to leave his two hard balls, the last two that aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I mean, he's pulled out some miracle finishes already, but he's going to need another one here.
Yeah, you can't. What's he looking at now? You just can't keep getting them.
Is he looking at screwing down into the black to try and release the other red?
But sure, he's only kicking it down. He's kicking it nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, and he's still got the other one dead. I don't know. I know it's been a long weekend, but I think it's definitely catching up with these two boys at the minute.
If he can get this to middle, then...
Is he on it to middle?
No.
Oh, he must be. He's looking up.
I think he's got to turn it over a little bit.
He's
trying
to
play
put
it
it
off
in
the
off
yellow. He's going to play the skill shot.
And
then, well, I guess he's going to screw back into the yellow and try and release the red at the table.
Oh, if it gets easy, I think Gareth will just walk out the door. Oh my word.
God.
But it's still not easy. Is it? It is. It's all right because I think the black goes to both pockets.
Yeah, he's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think if he drops it in dead weight. Oh, what's?
He's gone for the middle.
Oh no!
Oh,
oh my goodness! It's all happening here. Meanwhile, Hibbott's wanting to swallow his pint.
That's a ridiculous finish.
Oh,
that is a ridiculous finish.
This is killing Hibbott. But it's really hard when you're sitting in your seat watching that. So it's hard for me commentating on it.
I mean,
see when you're on the receiving end of that, it's mentally draining. There's Tom's gone 10-8.
I don't. Well, I can't even get my head around that finish. That was.
Maybe just some weeks in your pool career, you'll just everything will work out for you, and maybe David's name's just on this trophy. You just don't know.
Amazing.
He played the shot really well. The combination, he had to hit it well, but just for the land at that angle and everything, just to kick the ball out is.
Chippy's just won a very quick frame, and it's at 10-9.
I think that's the only way Chippy knows how to win a frame
in
20 seconds.
That's true. So it'll be interesting there because as Tom's breaking the next, but if he does go dry, then Chippy's going to have to break in the last. So that one's still in the balance.
I played Chippy early on in the competition. I was 6-1 down inside about 15 minutes. And then it took me about 4 hours to
drag it back again.
to drag him back down.
Well, it's hard to predict what's going to happen here.
You don't know. I give up. Even it's one of those that's impossible to commentate on because everything I say they should do, they're doing the opposite.
Both balls have got some problems.
Yeah.
Yellow the ball.
But David actually loves this. I think he would rather have a problem with his drop-ins. Yeah, I think it's got to be yellows. I don't see much future with their heads. But it's tough. But he doesn't have to go for every finish. He can play some sort of. You can work away here because I honestly don't know what he's going to do.
I know what he's looking at here because he doesn't have the angle off the one off the middle to go up and run into it unless he can really thin it. No, that was never on. I think that was what he was aiming at. Is he on the top cushion? I think he is. Yeah, maybe.
I don't think
maybe not actually. No.
I don't think it. I think he's
just pull off the one to the middle then.
Again, he's running into trouble.
I don't think it matters, Ronan.
Yeah.
He's just going to find a way.
Yeah, he's looking at playing the one up the rail and leaving an angle on the one to the corner to kick into the other one.
Yeah.
It's a good shot. If it bounces.
Oh, it pulled out.
Oh,
it just pulled out. Yeah, it was in.
It looked like it was in.
Yeah, just at the last second, it just pulled out slightly. The one thing about this cloth, it does pick up the finger marks a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't see it from this camera angle, but when you go down to the table, it's absolutely littered with finger marks.
Yeah.
So maybe just picked up a little finger mark or something. It's been playing really well over the weekend, but that ball just definitely pulled out at the last second.
I thought he had played it perfect because he had left himself a nice angle and everything there. But still, it's not the end of the world. This is tough. I think he's just dropping in there.
Yeah, that's a clever shot.
Yeah, good shot, yeah.
So that's just a loss of turn. As long as you hit your own group first, if If you pot your opponent's ball, it's loss of turn. The opponent plays from where it lies, and that epitomises why this rule set's so aggressive, because there's no point having a ball over the pocket. There's no point ever covering a bag, because someone's just going to do that to you.
Oh, what's he done? Don't tell me he's on the one along the rail. If he is, he's got a great chance. No, I think he just has to turn it over, does he?
Yeah.
Or is he looking to fan the other one and coming round the...
Oh, he's coming around the houses.
Oh.
It's going to be 3 cushions.
He came very, very close to being perfect there.
Yeah, it really was.
Can he not even hit it?
I think he can turn it over.
You know, because if he hits it, it's coming off the red probably, and it's going to go...
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
No.
He got too much into that anyway, didn't he?
Yeah,
the cue ball was never coming back to where he wanted it.
No.
He wanted to go side, bottom, and then other side and back up the table. And even then, I think he hit it too hard. Bit of a lash. Gaz. He'll be sat in the corner just shaking his head. I mean, even that one is just, you know, he should be making the clearance. I know he's left nothing, but there's no way.
I mean, it ball in hand, so it is a bit careless. I've seen Mark Boyle pot these.
Yeah.
It just happened to be against me that he done it.
Loads of cushion first, loads of right hand side.
Loads of left hand side.
Sorry, loads of left hand side.
And
It's a shot they play a lot in 9 ball, isn't it?
Yeah. He's tried it, he's flicked it, but
I think he's okay. He did flick it.
he did flick it. Oh,
It's not a foul.
Wasn't a foul.
No. The referee called a foul, but it wasn't.
No, it definitely moved. And fair play to Gareth, he's telling them that it did hit.
Yeah. Well, these shouldn't be a problem.
No, just all about getting on the block.
Can tell you across on the other table. It's currently 10 frames each, and Sean Chipperfield is in the balls on a clearance. So, could be Chippy winning that one.
Was he went too straight?
Yeah.
Can
force it across, yeah. He is just a touch too
He
straight.
doesn't like it. That's very careless again. Wonder, can I force across it? Oh no. No way. Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's just on it. This is strange goings on here. He's got a free shot on it. No.
Yes. As far as this way, Gaz. I don't think Gaz can move it. Look at the, it's just, oh dear.
Can we get a look at the other table now?
I don't think the camera in the arena's on for some reason. I'm not sure, but I can get it. I can certainly get it. Asking the guys at home. Let me just get.
Oh, Tom's at the table.
Tom, that's Tom.
Yeah, it's Tom.
Tom's at the table on the clearance.
Yeah.
Oh, Chippy's obviously missed.
Yeah, Chippy's got in first.
Yeah.
It's a bit like this match. Yeah, you can't see any.
Tom's winning that one, I think.
Yeah.
Too experienced and too level-headed to do anything but here, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they're done.
So a big break here for Gareth. Oh, he's in off. He's straightened off. It just gets worse and worse.
But that last red just run down there and just saved him.
Look at the look on David's face. He
Look,
knows.
you can put the yellow in off the red and free that pocket.
It's difficult to see anyone beating Tom, isn't it? I mean,
well, the way these two are playing, you know,
that's what I mean. It's just difficult. I mean, Tom's playing really well, and these two are just both struggling for form.
But every match is different, you know. At the end of the day, what's going on here now? Yeah, that's not a bad option.
So the other game's all over, and Tom Cousins is through to the final. And we turn our attention to this game to see who's going to join him. And it could be either one at the moment.
It just needs to leave himself a nice angle here. It just needs to make sure the white comes out. He doesn't want to hit the side of the yellow. He hit the side of the yellow. He's dead. Oh, can I put this and screw back into it? Has he got the angle?
Oh no, I don't think so.
No? Is he off angle? Yeah, that doesn't
Just
look
off.
straight enough, is it? He's had so many chances.
Yeah. Oliver's asking why doesn't the ref use a traditional triangle? So what you're seeing them use is a film template called a shark rack, which it sits on the bed of the table, and the balls sit on top of the rack.
What's it? Oh, no, he's dead.
Oh, Gaz is literally just gonna clip off the yellow.
Can he? But I don't know if he can play that shot at the minute. I think he has to play the plant first.
Does he?
I think he has to play the plant and the.
He's looking at it. Talking about clipping off the yellow. And
I think he has to play the plant first and then play that shot.
Yeah. So it's the balls sit on top. The template's got little indentations on it, and the balls all locate into those indentations, and it means, well, one of two things. It means that the rack is always positioned in the same place. So you can't have a high rack, low rack, tilted rack. And the other thing is it ensures all of the balls are touching. So you get the transference of power through the pack.
For he nearly played that too hard.
He did.
He's fine. Double. Cushion, double. Middle.
think he's looking to come higher and play it into the corner.
Oh, I did. You're
Yeah.
right.
And that should be curtains in this frame.
Same pattern. Whoever gets the first chance is losing the frame.
Yeah, obviously with the old traditional triangles, you set up the balls and push them up, and you try and get them all touching. But if you actually look closely, they never are. There's always a few little gaps in between, isn't there? And this just ensures that all of the balls are touching.
Yeah, and it's a good thing too. It's another good addition.
It standardises the break.
Yeah.
It makes sure that every break is exactly the same.
Yeah.
From the same position, all the balls touching.
Yep.
Whereas if you're using a traditional triangle, it's just an anomaly.
Yeah.
Because
you never get them the same.
No two racks will ever be the same.
No, totally agree.
So how can you practice a consistent break when no two racks are the same?
You can't.
So if you use a sharp rack, then you can actually practice soft breaks, middle breaks, hard breaks from different positions across the top of the table, and find out what works for you.
Gareth hasn't had that good either.
No, he's not through it.
Probably just landed as bad as he could land.
Make the black he does, and he inches into the lead again, 8 frames to 7. Yeah, we were right about, well, we were talking about Gaz's age earlier. He turned 50 in July, so he's 3 months older than me.
Having said that, you're listening to Viv.
Yeah.
Viv's not going to tell you the truth either.
Viv, for those of you who don't know, is Gaz's partner. Who's also the head ref here.
Viv's not going to tell you 73, like, is she? She doesn't want to be out with an old pensioner boy.
Ronan says he thinks he's 73. And somebody asking about the rules, and someone else saying that they're a mixture of black ball and world rules, which they're absolutely not. They're supreme rules. So if you've ever watched or played Chinese 8-ball, or been to America and played American APA rules, or even played on your phone on mini clip rules, then these are virtually the same rules as those.
Another try break.
They're a hybrid rule set which are designed to be attacking and aggressive.
He's gone yellows here. He's only really one bad one on the cushion and 2 down by the black that needs a wee bit of work. He can get down onto one of them now and then get on the one up the rail and makes this work easy. David really hasn't had much luck with that break at all. play the double now. He wants to do something with these bottom two balls early because he doesn't want to leave them to the last two.
Yeah, he's looking at that now. There's an awkward pattern, this, isn't it?
Yeah, but because he has to finish absolutely perfect on the inside one to get on the other one.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say he's missed it.
It's maybe not a bad thing because he hasn't really left much. They've got much to go at here. Yeah, that's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Gareth taps the table. That's how Viv looked. She looks quite excited, doesn't she? The fact that Gaz is so deep. Do you reckon she's looking forward to a Christmas present?
Well, I reckon she likes guys going deep, so it should be all right.
So, David, obviously with this problem on the red at the top right, you can...
It just needs to leave a nice angle. He wants to be sort of straight on this ball down the cushion.
Yeah.
No, it's not good. big shot coming up here in this match.
Dear. All right, back with the game, and he just landed on that last ball. This looks good. Oh, just got there.
Could have done another inch.
Yeah.
Perfect 5.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, the microphone just broke, so. Oh. We're back in the room.
Extension call.
So Gaz's break in frame 17, and this one's gone pretty messy. He's got the long red, but it doesn't. He has to try and go. Oh, he's played off the yellow, and he's been a bit unfortunate there. Tried to open things up, and
This is if he's going for this finish, it's not going to be easy. Is he on that? There he was. Oh, this isn't good. It's not the type of finish you want when it's 8 each in the semi-final. He's clipping this in. He's probably going to collide into this red at the bottom of the table.
yeah, needs a bit of.
He needs a bit of good fortune. Needs a bit of good fortune, and he hasn't had it. don't really see a shot for him here. I think he's in a world of pain.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't go up inside the yellow, does it?
looking at a double.
Oh,
No.
no, it should hit and hope. No, David will be. But, he's just run too safe
Yep.
to keep him in the game.
Obviously not a foul. It's a loss of turn because he made contact with his own ball first. So, oh no.
David's
Yeah.
he's too quick. Get
Yeah.
down. He just got down, seen that one shot,
Yeah.
played it.
He had such a margin of error there, and now,
He's given him a chance to snooker him here.
yeah, yep,
You know, he needs to slow himself down. I know he's excited and he's wanting it over quick, but he needs to have a second look.
yeah.
He mustn't be hitting. It looks to me like he's hitting that. He mustn't be. Is he put it?
Oh, he's got it. He's actually potted it.
And see, in fairness, David sort of nearly deserved that. It's just
Yeah,
a crazy game. This.
Yeah, I mean, it was not a good safety shot at all.
It was,
I mean, he had such a margin of error to lay the snooker. And
although you know you don't expect anybody to pot them, but you know you need to think about it a wee bit more.
yeah,
Gareth will be absolutely delighted.
yep. And they say their mates are just having a couple words with each other. Yeah, practice partners. They've just reminded us. Deej from Runcorn. Lives in Warrington. Oh, lives in Runcorn, plays in Warrington. There you go.
David will be really kicking himself after that one. You know, he should be 9-8 up in the semi-final of, you know, probably as big a tournament as he's ever.
Yeah.
You know, that this is probably, well, it's got to be his greatest achievement so far in pool, and to get so close to the final, and he's just got down slashed at that.
Yeah. And such an important break as well. I mean, he's barely got down on it. He's just literally bent over and leathered it.
That's an experience. It really is. You know, he needs to calm himself down a bit.
Yeah, such a key moment.
They're not simple days. He could have left them a lot easier.
Can he get between the balls? Surely not. Surely you can't get through that gap to the potting angle.
Maybe kind of. I was going to say, maybe play the plant.
Maybe the plant into the gap.
He's bound to be able to get the cue ball in there somewhere that he can pot that. You know, he has to be able to. If he leaves it very nearly touching their head,
Yeah.
surely he can pot it and screw back out for the other one to kick his bad ball out. He's maybe scared to try and get too close to the red with the cue ball in case he actually touches it.
I don't suppose you're allowed to ask the ref to position it for you, are you?
Well, you would like to. Though. I think he's looking at screwing it and then just screwing onto the red.
Yeah.
Oh no way.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen Gareth missing as many pots.
Amazing. Really is. And from
Whoever wins this game needs to go and give their head a shake, because if they play like this in the final, it's going to be it's going to be one-way traffic. Just done it. But his big problem's up the table, and it's a nice angle to screw into that now, but I don't will he be on a yellow then if he kicks it? I think he has to play it now. I think he's going to be on the top yellow if he kicks into it. I don't see how he can get into it this way unless he gets into it now. I don't know how he's getting into it now.
We've been here before,
Yeah,
Ray.
yeah.
This is a deja vu moment.
Unless he's just going to take his medicine and play the double.
Yeah. Does the double go past the red? I suppose it must just. Looks like it.
He's played a good shot there to free the black and into this corner. But he's just leaving all the hard work to the end. And
to be fair, I mean, if the double is there, to be fair, he's played some good doubles so far in this
but
in this match. So
he's just it's not the normal way to play, leaving your hard balls to the end.
No.
And he's played a bad shot there even. You know, he wanted to be straight on that double, and now he's having to sort of double up back. Oh, it's just a machine. It's just silly pool, but it's happening.
there's 9 frames each.
Yeah.
There's something else.
I can really see David winning this match, just the way it's going. And you know,
We've seen. I mean, over the last couple of years, we've seen some incredible matches on this table, and some fantastic matchups, and some high quality pool. And
this one's just different. It's just
yeah. I mean, it's for entertainment value. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, there's.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
There's nothing better than watching people just play themselves out of trouble and then miss balls and play themselves out of trouble.
They're playing themselves into trouble.
Into trouble and then out.
And then having to produce wonder shots to get back out of it.
Yeah.
And it's not just what we're used to watching, you know. But like you say, it's entertaining, but it's impossible to commentate on.
19th frame, Gareth in the break, 9 frames all.
The Welsh tones from the referee ring out. 19th frame. Gareth the break. Another huge break. I mean, that's the one thing he has done. He's broken well throughout.
He's broken brilliant, but he hasn't took advantage.
What are you thinking here?
I think he has to play the yellow maybe enough. One of the other ones.
Yeah.
Because they don't plant.
Just to open it up.
If he just flicks the inside one, I think he's got a very. Unless he can get the top cushion, it might be okay.
Is there no value in reds? Because if the red passes past the 2 yellows, then everything else goes.
Does it pass?
I think it does. I don't know, but we might have a shot.
It's definitely a good shout if it passes. I don't think it does. Looking at it from that angle.
He's looking now.
He's looking now. It looks to be half a pocket. If it does pass, he's definitely taking reds.
He's looked at it a couple of times now.
That must pass.
I think he feels it. He can just get it off the knuckle.
Yeah, well, if it goes, they're gone. I think he's got the plan.
And as always, you know, if you've got a problem area, you just attack it right from the outset, don't you? So here's a ball. He's only got half a pocket, and he wants it out of his mind and off the table.
Again, if he's straight behind it, he's never ever missing it. And if he's got the plan,
And he should be a.
they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. He hasn't even played that one.
No.
Too great. I think he has to come on and off the cushion now.
Yeah, I did wonder if he might go for this one just to try and leave it better again.
Yeah, he must be able to. Nah, it's perfect.
Because the thing is with this, he doesn't need to do much with the cue ball, does he? Because he's got the
just stun it in.
just stun it and yeah, lovely.
Just dropped it. He's left himself hampered.
He left it hampered, yeah.
He's just leaving something missable
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you know, if it was going, why did he not punch down?
yeah. You know, these shouldn't have been missable, but now suddenly there's a 10-15% chance that you get that doubt in your mind. And
When you're hampered over a ball, it's always missable.
yeah,
He may even take the one to the middle if he can
think
drop
he's-
it in off the yellow.
yeah, I
And
think it's going
hold.
to. Yeah,
If he can drop it in just off the yellow. Oh, he's played a good shot here to go up and down. Yeah, that's nice.
so should be plain sailing.
Both to the same middle and out for the black. Yeah, good shot.
So this is going to be 10-9 to Gareth Hibbott, and Deej will have the break in the next frame.
This frame, David McNamara to break, trailing by 10 frames to 9. Time running. Time out. Time running.
Wow, a dry break, and could that spell the end? I'm certainly not going to call it yet because this game has had so many twists and turns. Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty tough layout, that.
You can move one of the balls right now,
But the thing is, if he kicks into that, there's a red stopping it
Yeah.
from actually developing. So,
Yeah.
but I think he has to sort of try and get it out
Yeah.
now, because if he leaves it at the end, it's only going to get worse. David's had a lot of dry breaks in this match, and you know, normally when you have that many dry breaks against somebody like Gareth, you're gone. I really don't like this clearance. I just don't see how you can get that that bad yellow out. If he gets the plant here, I don't see how the bad yellow's coming out.
Definitely got his work cut out on this one, and
I think he's actually better than Hugginen.
yeah, he's not.
He was only running into trouble.
Yeah, he's not left anything. Well, he's left a kind of awkward plant to middle, which doesn't really offer too much benefit.
No, I'm not sure about this shot.
Yeah, releasing the yellow. Has he hit a cushion?
Yeah, I think he hit the
Yeah.
cushion after the.
Yeah. So there's a fair bit of mileage left in this frame, isn't there?
Yeah, it's hard to know who's a real favourite. They're probably slightly fancy reds, but I can see how yellows could win it.
He's running. So enough room just running behind the yellow now?
I don't really see it's much good to him.
No. There's not quite enough room there anyway.
I don't really know what his thought process is here at the minute.
I don't think he had much else, so did he? From where he was.
I just can't see how you can really finish, or unless he's going to drop this in and then play the plant and take that pocket and leave David a bit of work to do. I think that's all they can do. Oh, he's played
That's
a very, very
great shot.
Yeah, that's a very good shot. But he's still got that yellow in there, so you know, as long as David doesn't give him anything easy.
And again, it shows no benefit of having balls over pockets.
No, it's actually a disadvantage. He's just went far enough. It's not a bad shot. He's covered the yellow to the middle and he's left him no. He's played that well. I don't think that's much good. You can snugger him at the top of the table. Yeah, he's developing them two balls. I think David's a massive favourite here if he just lands his work.
Slightly careless there though. Should have probably been another couple of inches across to the right.
Yeah, I think he was scared of leaving him on
the other one, yeah.
On the other one,
Yeah.
and maybe a chance of a finish. That's why he used to get no chance of a finish. So.
Extension 4.
Does he go for these?
No.
No.
No. I don't think there's any need to panic. While that yellow's in there, even if Gareth gets ball in hand or anything, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I can see this, it's definitely going hill. And then it's just, whose break is it last frame?
Kaz.
Although, really, in all honesty, the breaking hasn't been a massive factor because whoever gets the first chance hasn't been clearing up anyway. It's been the other way around, so I think he's maybe looking at going for these, or
Yeah, you wonder how he's gonna get a better chance.
what's he done?
No, he's
So,
tried to leave an angle on the one over the middle to screw across for the extraction, but well,
the black's in the way.
yeah, absolutely.
I just don't. I don't know.
And he's come up short of the angle anyway.
But it doesn't need to go for them now. Surely he has to. Just.
Yeah, plan B now.
Oh no, he's not going for this, is it?
He is.
Oh, fair play to him, because that's just. That's not really what I was expecting.
Not what you'd have played, Ronan.
No.
No, to say the least.
No, but fair play.
Some shot.
Yeah, good shot. He went for it and he committed to it, so that's definitely not what I was thinking.
He just keeps pulling out the big shots.
Yeah, and it's hard to play against because you keep on thinking, he's made a mistake,
Yeah.
but he just keeps on potting balls.
Well,
He's taking the wrong one.
he is taking the wrong one.
Sure
Why would
is.
you go this way?
I don't know. I definitely took the other one, and then I see the angle on the.
Yeah, on that one to go up and then leave.
I know he's
Leave
still.
this till last.
He's still grand, but it's just everything. It's all right. So it's just toss of a coin now.
So both semi-finals have gone to Hill.
I'm going to make a prediction that whoever gets first chance loses the match.
You wouldn't be too far wrong there, would you?
Yeah, well,
I mean, Gaz has got the break. So if you're a bookie, just looking at it, 10-10, Gaz with the break, you'd say that he's a strong favourite. But actually, in the context of the game, anything's possible.
Yeah,
it literally is a coin flip.
Unless they're very, very easy. I don't fancy them getting out unless they're literally drop-ins.
Yeah.
And for to be saying that when Gareth Hibbott's at the table,
I know.
it's unheard of.
I know.
But just from what I've seen so far, there's going to need to be very straightforward.
and he's played decent all weekend. It's just incredible to see. I mean, if he does manage to somehow pull this off and win, then he just needs to reset, refocus. He's not going to have long to refocus before the final. But I don't know how you reset. I mean, how do you come down from this to then reset for the final?
I really don't know. It's gonna be a big ask for whoever wins this to beat Tom in the final.
Yeah.
And like, you know, from playing the way they have done to actually trying to beat Tom Cousins and
is it a case of you're so relieved you just think to yourself, well, I got a dog's life, and
possibly
you just loosen up?
You maybe just have to think, well, I can't play that badly again, and you know, but you know they're not going to get that many chances against Tom. But I would imagine David will be feeling the better of the two. He would have took 10 each from the start of the match, you know.
I'll say. Yeah.
But here we go.
There was a point he could have been 7-1 down.
Yeah.
Realistically.
First try.
Last ball moving, found its way into the pocket.
And I'll tell you what, if he's
David
on this
sprung
yellow,
up.
the one he's beside the corner, it's over.
He is on. Yeah, he's on it.
He's on it, isn't he?
David sprung to his feet. He thought that was dry and just torturous. That ball hung and then just found gravity.
But it just goes to show you the fine margins and pull.
Yeah.
If that ball sits there, you know, David's massive favourite.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine margins for certain.
But there's no guarantee here.
Absolutely not. We've seen easier chances than this missed, Ronan, during this match.
Yeah, lots. But I really can't see how you can mess this up. Yeah, they're gone.
Have to be. I mean, what a time this would be to put out a break dish as well, and it's heartbreaking for David, isn't it? I mean, he's had chances in just about every. I mean, I think there's only been one other break dish.
He's left it straight. The only way that they could make it hard.
Yeah, he can punch it round. I think he's just got enough angle. He can punch it.
Yeah, he can top it in. I mean, if he ever loses, it's going to be absolutely devastated because they know they've had so many chances.
Yeah. I think I could be wrong because I can't remember back over the last 20 frames, but I think there's only been one other break dish.
Yeah,
and that was Gaz in the middle. I think it was at 6 each.
You're probably right. Yeah. And he couldn't have had a better break. Was he? No, it's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. Slightly thinner than ideal, but it won't make any difference now. He's.
Are you sure? Yeah, good shot.
Wow.
He will be massively relieved after that.
I feel he's asking for the ball to be clean, just to add a little extra pressure.
That's the type of shot you would get a kick on. So
yeah, I don't blame him. And you can only but feel for David. He's.
He's run a good race. You know, if you'd offered him at the start of the competition, getting to the semi-final, I think he'd probably took your hand off. But
look at him shaking his head. He's just devastated. I mean, he's to get the 10 each. You just want a chance, don't you? You just want a sniff.
Yeah, but when you have plenty of chances during the match,
yeah.
know.
Wow, Gareth Hibbott comes through that one. I mean, I'm not going to say he comes through unscathed, but
he's come through mentally scarred.
Yeah, mentally scarred. That is an amazing result, but goodness me, Viv's gone through the ringer as well. She's behind us. She doesn't know what to say about that. Oh, it could have been worse. You could have been refereeing on it. I don't think we don't normally interview after the semi-final. We leave that until just before the final. So we're going to reset here and we're going to reset all the streams, get the arena and the table ready, and we'll be back with the final of the grand final, the last one, in probably about 15 or 20 minutes, maybe just a fraction longer. But keep an eye out. Thanks to Ronan. Thanks for joining me. Much appreciated. And we'll be back with the final. It's going to be Tom Cousins against Gareth Hibbott. See you soon.
That one I thought, do you know what, you got to kick them on like in the second frame. Now I was like, oh.
It's like when you've landed there, and I know it's pulling that way slightly, but you can only drop it, can't you? You can.
I was hoping that one, Nick. Well, do you know what, your yellow drop last second, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, how about that
Every
drop?
break I've had 3 or 4 come towards this corner, and a few have dropped last.